Welcome back to the Sensory Spa Resort and Casino. My name is Jeremiah. You're in the highroller suite. Please join. What would you care to buy in for today? Start off with 200,000. Very good. So our green chips are represented by these are $10,000 chips. So each stack out here would be 10, would be 100,000 apiece. I assume you would like also some $5,000 chips. Very good, of course. So these are $5,000 chips, same stacks of 20. So 5 times 10, that would be 50,000, and 100,000, and 200,000. And may we offer you a beverage? Just water for today. Very good. Pellegrino? Perfection. May we please get some Pellegrino for our guest? Lime? With a lime, please. Thank you so much. And please, place your first bet. Start off with $10,000. Very good betting. $10,000. And best of luck. Start off with a 10. Very nice. 20. Outstanding. Versus our 10. You will, of course, stand. And we are showing 13. Must hit. 13 hits and becomes 19. Congratulations. You win. And your bet, please. $10,000. Again, very good betting. $10,000. 10. 13. Versus our 4. Wonderful hand for you. And your 13. You will stand. Very good. 4 turns into a 7. 7 hits. 7 becomes a 12. 12 must hit. 12 becomes a 17. Terribly sorry. All square. And your bet, please. 10,000 again. Very good. Betting 10,000. Best of luck. And we'll have a 10. And a 12. Versus our 9. And a 12 on a 9. Book says hit. And 12 hits and becomes a 13. 13 hits and becomes a bust. Oof. Ups and downs, ups and downs. And your bet, please. 10,000 again. Very good. 10,000. Thank you for the Pellegrino. Let me know if we can get you anything else. And $10,000. Best of luck. And we have a 6. And we have a 13 versus our 3. 13 on a 3. You can go either way. I believe the book does say to stand. Yeah, 13 does stand on a, generally speaking, a 2 through a 6, so 13 will stand. And we have a 11. Not good. 11 turns into a 18. Bit unlucky there. Bit unlucky there. And your bet, please. 10,000 again. I'm just kind of feeling out the shoe. See where she takes us. 10,000 and have a deuce. And we have a 12 versus our 4. 12 on a 4 again. Book says stand. Alright. Standing 4 turns into a 13. That's a little better. How about a 10? Rude. 17. Hopefully we're getting this unlucky streak out of the way. Your bet. 10,000 again. Betting 10,000 again. Very good. And best of luck. And we have an 8. And we have an 18. That's a little better. Versus our 10. Well, you will stand, of course. 18 stands. House has 20. Your bet. 10,000 again. Okay. Let's rub the felt. Let's see if we can change our odds. Here we go. And $10,000 with a 10. That's a little better. And 10 turns into a 14 versus a 9. And 14 does hit on a 9. How about a 6 or a 7? Too much. Too much. Terribly sorry. And your bet, please. 10,000 again. Okay, let's see if we can turn it around. And we have a 3. 5 versus a 10. And terribly sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Your bet, please. 10,000 again. Betting 10,000. Best of luck. 2. 12 versus a 7. 12 on a 7 hits and becomes a 18. 18 will stand. 7 becomes a 16. 16 hits and well, that's not supposed to happen now, is it? That is not supposed to happen. Sorry. Your bet. 10,000 again. It was in the right direction that time. That was you should have won 8. 8 and 18. Okay, versus our 8. 18 on an 8 will stand. 8 turns into an 18 push. Okay. Okay, going in the right direction. Alright, leaving it out. You think it's gonna change 20,000? I feel you. 20,000, it's time. 20,000. And we have a 5 or not. And we have a 8 versus our 6. Now that's a good card. Here we go. Hit. 8 hits and becomes an 18. Wonderful. Stand. 6 becomes a 12. 12 hits and becomes a 13. 13 hits and becomes a 21. Well. Your bet. 10,000. Betting 10,000. $10,000. Best of luck. And we have a 5. And we have a 7 versus our 10. And 7 on a 10 will, of course, hit. 7 becomes a 17. 17 will stand. 10 becomes a 18. Your bet. 10,000. Very good. Betting 10,000. And then we have a 6. And we have a 16 versus our ace. And would you care to purchase insurance? No insurance, okay. And unfortunately, it's just been that kind of a shoe. It has been that kind of a shoe. Your bet. 10,000. Betting 10,000. Best of luck. Here we go. And we have a 6. 11. Come on now. Versus a 2. Beautiful. Okay. Of course, we're doubling down, doubling down. 11 turns into a 20. Should win. 2 turns into a 12. 12 turns into a 20. Push. Leave it out there, letting it ride. 20,000, letting it out. 20,000. Here we go. We have a 7. We have a 11 versus our 9. And again, doubling down. And 11 turns into a 21. 9 turns into a 15. 15 hits. 15 becomes a bust. Finally. That was genuinely, honestly, one of the longest cold streaks I've seen in a moment. It happens, but that was a lot. And your bet, please. And betting $10,000, best of luck. And we have a 16 versus our 8. And a 16 on an 8 should hit. 16 hits. How about a 5? Ooh, too much. Too much. And your bet. $10,000. Betting $10,000. We have a 5. 15 versus our 9. 15 on a 9 hits. 15 becomes a 16. 16 on a 9 hits. And 16 becomes a bust. Terribly sorry. And your bet. $10,000 betting $10,000. 20,000 betting $20,000. Best of luck. 8. 15 versus our 8. 15 on an 8 hits. 15 hits and becomes a 20. 20 stands. 8 becomes an 18. Here we go. 20,000. Congratulations. Much deserved. And your bet. 20,000 again, betting $20,000. Best of luck. And we have a 7. And we have a 12 versus our ace. Would you care to purchase insurance? No insurance. You're good. And a 12 hits. 12 hits and becomes an 18. And 18 will stand. And we have a 19. Rude. And your bet. 10,000. Betting $10,000. Best of luck. And we have a 3. And we have a 12 versus our ace. Yet again, insurance. No insurance. Continue on. 13 hits. 13 becomes a 21. Beautiful. We have a 14. 14 hits. 14 becomes a 13. 13 hits and becomes a bust. You see, that's what's supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to happen. And your bet, please. Leaving it out. Letting it ride. 20 grand. Letting it ride. And we have a 7. And we have a 18 versus our 5. Now, this is a weird hand. The book actually says to double down. You want to go for it? All right, here we go. Doubling down. And soft 18 becomes a 16. And, of course, that's it. 5 becomes a 12. How about a 10? How about a... Sorry about that. Your bet. 10,000. Betting 10,000. Okay, 10,000. Have an ace. Now, come on now. Come on now. 17 versus our 10. And a 17 versus a 10. You will simply hit. 17 hits and becomes a 17. And 17 will stand. 10 becomes a 14. 14 must hit. 14 becomes a bust. Okay. Letting it ride. 20 grand. $20,000 and 17 versus our 3. You, of course, stand. 3 becomes a 13. 13 hits and becomes a bust. There we go. And your bet. 20,000. $20,000 bet. Best of luck. our 10 as long as we don't. Also, we do not. Whew, that would have scared me. So 20,000 plus another 10, $30,000. Congratulations. $20,000 bet. Betting 20,000. And we have a 10. 15 versus our 10. And I am terribly sorry, but oof. Your bet. 10,000 betting $10,000. We're a $10,000 bet, and we have a 9. 18 versus our 7. 19 stands. 7 becomes a 18. Congratulations. Letting it ride. Very good. Letting it ride. $20,000. And we have a 3. 5 versus our 10. And 5 hits. 5 becomes a 9. 9 hits. 9 becomes a 16. 16 hits. A 19. And, I'm sorry, 20, excuse me. Standing on 20, of course. And we have a 20 push. And your bet. Leaving it out to $20,000. $20,000 bet. We have a 10. And we have 21 versus our 3. Congratulations. Well done. $20,000 and $30,000. Your bet, please. 20,000 still. Well, the bottom half of the shoe is certainly treating us better. And best of luck. 20,000. And we have a 7. And we have a 14 versus our 10. And 14 will hit. 14 becomes a bust. Terribly sorry. Your bet. 20,000 again. Let's see if we can keep this streak going a little longer, right? Alright, here we go. And we have an ace. Come on now. Come on now, monkey. Yes. There we go. Good to see some well-deserved blackjacks after that start. And your bet. 20,000 betting $20,000, and we have a 7. And we have a 12 versus our 6. And a 12 on a 6 stands, and a 6 becomes a soft 17, which I must hit. Soft 17 becomes a 17. Rude. Rude. Rude boy. Your bet, please. 10,000 betting $10,000, and best of luck. And we have a 5. And we have a 10 versus our 5. 10 on a 5 doubles down always, and 5 turns into a 13. Best of luck. And we have a 15 for us. Great for you. And we hit and we bust. There we go. Congratulations. Well done. And your bet. $20,000 bet. Very good. Betting 20,000. And we have a 4. And we have a 14 versus our 7. A 14 on a 7 does hit. 14 hits and becomes a 16. You're supposed to hit. What would you like to do? Hit. Very good. 16 hits and becomes a bust. Sorry about that. I had you beat anyway. It was worth the risk. Worth risking it for the biscuit. And your bet, please. And a $10,000 bet. Very good. Betting $10,000. We have a 4. And we have a 6 versus our 5. 6 on a 5 simply hits. 6 hits and becomes a 10. 10 hits and becomes a 16. 16 stands on a 5. 5 turns into a hits and becomes a unbelievable 21. Oops. I got excited there. Opposite direction. So sorry. Your bet, please. $20,000. Betting $20,000. And we have a 9. And we have a 18 versus our 10. And 9s. What do you want to do? Stand. 18 stands. And we have 20 this time. The 10s were good. The 10s were good. And your bet, please. $10,000 bet, betting $10,000. And we have a 3. And we have a 13 versus our deuce. And what would you care to do? Stand on a 13. 2 becomes a 4. 4 hits. 4 becomes an 8. 8 hits. 8 becomes a 10. 10 hits. 10 becomes a 19. Terribly sorry. And your bet. Betting 20,000. Very good. $20,000 bet. And best of luck. And we have a 6. We have 13 versus our 10. And 13 on 10 does hit. 13 hits and becomes a 21. Whew, well done. And 21, of course, will stand. And we have a 20. Nice to see it going back towards you. Well done. Where are you at? Let's see. 40, 50, 100. You're at exactly 150,000, so you're down $50,000 from when you started. You want to take a little break? Very good. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please join us anytime. And as always, we look forward to seeing you again very soon here at the Sensory Resort, Spa, and Casino.